She's talked and talked and talked and said absolutely nothing. Is this a final straw for Meghan, Miss the Markle? Take Meghan Markle's claw off of these mics. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados, Meghan Markle fatigue. This week she has had the mic, not once, not twice, but thrice. But the culmination of it all is this interview with Fortune magazine. I am going to give you a raw reaction. I have not watched this interview. Let's go.
You've been all over the place, and we were talking backstage about how,
about it.
Yes, you've been to Europe. You were just in New York, which congratulations, you just won a humanitarian award for your work with online safety for parents and children. And you made it home for one.
Bought and paid for, by the way. Oh, just so you know, we need support. We need to support each other. I know her voice is going to be very annoying. Brace yourselves. But we have each other. Let's hold each other's hands. Let's get through this together. I will be giving a lot of commentary either way. So
no, I need to see my babies. So went back to California for a day and then continued on. But I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Of course, and always job number one.
Well, you can always do that with a private jet. She just said she had to jet from Paris all the way back to California to see her children for, I guess, a few minutes and then go back to DC or New York and DC.
So I want to rewind about 5 years ago when you and your husband left England and
Harry.
You descended on Montecito, California, and you planned what your next few years would look like in terms of the business impact you could have and the philanthropic impact you could have. And a lot of initiatives are going.
Well, first of all, I thought they just wanted their privacy. Remember the worldwide privacy tour? I thought that's why they left the UK. What is this whole like business and philanthropic and being out in the public eye?
But I want to just go back to that moment of as you and
Harry,
your husband, were planning this out.
Okay.
How did you think about what you wanted to do, what your ambitions could do, and from your seat, what you could do for women?
Well, I think 5 years ago was a very different situation for all of us. And, Archie was so little. And I had just gotten pregnant with Lily around that same time. So we were nesting and
healing from luxury and palaces. It's a hard life.
I didn't even know I had the bandwidth at that time to think about what the big picture dream was. There was no plan. It was just, let's get through these next couple years,
Well, I disagree. It so happens that with the passing of Dr. Jane Goodall, an article resurfaced that shows us that Meghan and Harry were in fact planning to leave the royal family from the time that Archie was 2 months old. So not only could Harry have had plenty of time to hand over all of his charities that are not doing so well right now, but also he could have chosen to be honest with the Queen and not blindside her. Read article. This article is from 2020. Prince Harry hinted at royal exit months before making big announcement, says Dr. Jane Goodall. And just for context, the moment happened at Roots and Shoots event at Windsor Castle when Archie was around 2 months old. Goodall's action. She held the baby and as part of a light-hearted moment, guided his hand to mimic the Queen's signature wave, saying, I suppose he'll have to learn this. Prince Harry's response, he quickly and decisively said, no, he's not growing up like that. Significance. This interaction is highlighted as a telling sign of the couple's intentions occurring months before they officially announced they would step down as senior members of the royal family. As you may know, Dr. Jane Goodall was a primatologist and anthropologist who dedicated her life to studying the social and family life of chimpanzees in Tanzania. She passed away in her sleep of natural causes in Los Angeles, California on the 1st of October 2025 at the age of 91 while on a speaking tour. May she rest in eternal peace. We have a correspondent, the mayor of the chimpanzees over in Tanzania, to report on Dr. Goodall's encounter with Prince Harry, Meghan, and Archie. Hello, Mayor Chimpanzee. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure, Leilani of Barbados.
May I ask what impact, if any, did Prince Harry's comment towards Dr. Jane Goodall have on your community?
It was a very disrespectful comment indeed. And as you can see behind me, just being reminded of the incident with the good Dr. Goodall has sent our community into chaos once again. And I have some advice for Prince Harry. Perhaps if your wife learned how to do the Queen's wave, she wouldn't be smothering her victims with her armpit grease.
Yes, and I've heard the stench is quite potent.
Miss Markle certainly could give us primates a lesson in marking territory. Apologies, I must get back to calm the situation.
Mayor Chimpanzee, everyone, thank him very much for coming on our show. That's the only intermission you're going to get. Let's get back to the interview.
Community, which was always so important to both of us in our new environment. And then as we started to get into our producing, through our deal with Netflix, really creating projects that we felt were compelling. And then I said, okay, I've always...
She was not producing nothing. Archwell is a money laundering funnel, allegedly for legal purposes. There's no production. She's on-screen talent. When the Harry and Meghan documentary, I Need to Calm Down, was aired on Netflix, she was just on-screen talent talking absolute slander about the royal family. And also with her failed cooking show, she was also just on-screen talent. I don't know why she thinks she can talk about other things that she does not know about, like production and direction and all these things.
Loved being able to share. I've always loved being able to cook and entertain.
Then why don't you do it out of your own home?
But those 5...
She's lying. She's lying whenever she touches her nose, right?
Most people's assumption that if I was going to go into business, it would be fashion or beauty.
She's the only person that thinks she's beautiful and fashionable. Let's get real. Let's get real. So crazy.
Years at home, I wasn't running around wearing beautiful outfits. I was probably in Birkenstocks and sweats like the rest of us, especially during COVID, or just barefoot at home. But I was making a lot of jam.
Oh, right.
So it ended up becoming the thing that really was my passion project that I turned into.
Well, it's not jam. It's preserves. But she keeps saying jam because she just... You remember, it's easier for Meghan Markle to lie than to tell the truth. That's the whole MO. I could actually done the video. Sorry, new palm tree. Have you all noticed my new palm tree? I could just done the video here. It's easier for Meghan Markle to lie than to tell the truth.
One of your ventures was a podcast called Confessions of a Female Founder.
Yes.
About a year and so change after launching a company like that, what would your confessions be? Has it been harder than you thought, easier than you thought, more rewarding, harder? What's the takeaway?
Well, I think year one for any founder is just a lot of learns. And so we founded As Ever earlier this year. I think the first drop was in February or March.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't care. What are learns? Lessons, maybe? I don't know what she's saying. This interviewer, by the way, who is dressed like a Jedi, she's coming through as a warrior. I love that for her.
And I had this incredible fortune of having every SKU sell out within under an hour, which is amazing.
5 SKUs.
And also you don't learn a lot.
You don't learn a lot. You don't learn a lot from having 5 SKUs. I think I would learn like more products maybe. You need a lot more stock.
Supply chains and all the rest.
Oh my gosh. So then I was doing Confessions of a Female.
A lot about inventory management, supply chains and all the rest.
Oh my gosh. So then...
You see? I knew this girl was good, you know. I could see it in her eyes. I could always see it. I can see the pettiness. So she's saying, yes, you would learn a lot, Meghan. You'd learn about supply chains, demand, supply, you know, like... You learned business because you didn't put out enough product. It's very simple. Meghan said she didn't learn anything. Meghan covers her face when the lady says this, oh, whoops.
I was doing Confessions of a Female Founder as I was building this. I'd always loved the podcast, How I Built This.
No one loved that podcast.
And I thought, so I was learning from a lot of the women that I invest in and also that I'm friends with. I think my learns were to continue to...
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna keep interjecting. I'm sorry if this is difficult to watch, but I think I have a lot to say here because I've had to endure this Confessions of a Female Founder podcast. The people she invested in are not her friends. She just used them to say that she was helping other women when really she was turning a profit off of investing in them. 1. 2, she has no idea what she is talking about. She's adding in all these words, but she doesn't even know how to speak properly. Isn't that crazy? It's almost like she's trying to drive us crazy, which I might be going. I don't know. You tell me down in the comments. Am I going crazy?
Give yourself the grace to have to pivot. And you do, because that first sellout,
pivot to her
we
means
said, great,
lie.
let's 10x the inventory for the next seasonal drop.
10x was not enough inventory.
We'll get all the metrics that we need. And it sold out within 4 hours.
Okay, you just didn't have the product because you didn't work hard enough on your line.
Been a lot of learns and then extending
Learns
and
again.
expanding
What
the
is this
product
learns?
categories to really see what those habits are and how we can show up in your home for you.
No, don't show up in our homes.
So yes, jam was the origin story, but if I begin with that within your kitchen and that's the offering, how do we continue to grow into your lives with As Ever? So that's what we're working towards, especially for Q4.
God forbid she grows into our lives any more than she already has. You know, the thing is about the origin story and all this kind of thing, no one cares. If your business is not successful, then no one actually cares about your story as an origin story or as a founder or anything like that. No, literally no one cares. And Meghan has this self-aggrandizing, self-importance where she always thinks that people want to know details about her that no one wants to know. Her work should speak for itself. Every project she's ever done has tanked, except when she promised to slander the royal family, and did. And so even when she goes forward now in life with new projects, she carries that baggage upon her back. So everything is going to fail unless she continues to be salacious, slanderous, libelous, and all of the above. But it's not going to work on any merits of herself because she just doesn't work hard enough. The audience, by the way, there's no reaction from the audience. There's no oohs, no ahs, no clapping, nothing.
I think a lot of considerations go into which products become limited edition, which ones are going to be in steady state.
You
what
don't have
really
that
is the
kind of
brand
product line.
identity
Stop.
beyond the jam, which yes is the hero product. But then as we've gone
Girl just said hero product, no. Hero. The self-important, it's cringe. I am actually predicting from now that this might be the last interview she ever does.
Can you talk a little bit too about the show and how it matches with As Ever, the brand, and Netflix's role in this? I know they've been
Very
a
good.
big backer of yours. You've worked with Bella, their chief content officer, to develop quite a relationship with Netflix over the years. And that partnership just renewed with slightly different terms. I'm wondering if you could talk about what are the terms now and how has that helped you build As
Okay, so this is an interesting question. I'm just going to cut it there. Meghan could not showcase As Ever products in her With Love Meghan cooking because she never secured the Montecito Riviera Orchard brand. I think because the filming did not line up with when they finally got approved with a name. And I love that Alison is asking about this. This is a very intricate question. Alison is asking, why wasn't your brand ever on your whole entire cooking show? Like what?
Yes, well, my husband and I were in an overall deal with Netflix, and then not dissimilar to Higher Ground and the Obamas deal, once that had come to its term.
Okay, so right there, she just changes the subject. She just brings in Harry to save the day. Whenever she's asked a difficult question, she always draws from my husband, as we know in the past. So there she's talking about, oh, well, my husband, and so we had these deals with Netflix, and she's answering a completely different question, which is your deals with Netflix. This Alison asked specifically about As Ever in relation to her show, cooking show. But no, she's like, oh, well, we had all these deals with Netflix. We have like loads of deals. And then like also the Obamas did too. So we're just like them. And basically, so, so there's that. Why wasn't As Ever products featured, or Montecito Orchard Bottom featured in the show? Because you did a lot of underhanded stuff and Netflix had to find out and save you.
The business will, of course, go on longer than a series. And so it's really been a partnership that I'm grateful.
On that note, she majorly copes with how like her business will go on longer than the series. So she's not really that upset about being rejected, fired, and canceled from Netflix because she has the business that will like go on longer. She's so up her own horse. It's unreal. No matter how much failure she gets, she won't acknowledge it. Take away the mic from her. She knows nothing. We can learn nothing from her.
And I think there's a general interest in, will we be seeing a season 3 of With Love, Meghan?
Girl.
Will it be on Netflix? Do we know?
Well, the holiday special is coming out in November. And
That's not what we asked.
And it's a really good one.
Okay, Allison just said, will we be seeing a season 3 from With Love Meghan? Meghan has a special edition, like holiday special. She doesn't answer if there's a season 3. She just answers another question. And you can see on Allison's face, Allison's like, I did not sign up to be interviewing absolute psychos.
So I think looking at that format, again, with a year of learns. So we're able to say
Learns
8
again,
episodes
she says.
for
Lord
2 seasons.
mercy.
It's a lot of work. And having done Suits for 7 years, I remembered what goes into a production.
Oh, she did Suits for 7 years. This is her new When I Was 11 Years Old.
It's been incredible because when I was on Suits,
And why are we giving her a microphone to say it, man?
so you guys know I used to teach gift wrapping at Paper Source.
Oh, Lord, another job unlocked.
And advanced gift wrapping. So, all of
New job unlocked. She couldn't just be that she was a gift wrapping girl. She had to be teaching the gift wrapping, and it had to be advanced gift wrapping at that. So that's 2 jobs in one.
those things that you do as an auditioning actor. That's not
Actress. She is so broke, even though her wealthy father paid for her life. Can you go and visit your father in the Philippines? Because as you're lying about how broke you were when he was giving you money, do not think about him. Oh my goodness. The comments are crazy. Only here for the comments. Can't stand the sound of her voice. She's a different person again. Next level cringe. Workarounds. Alerts. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing all the comments. Okay.
So I don't have the comments section on.
In conclusion, Meghan's whole idea behind As Ever is to get it sold for billions of dollars. She wants a bigger company, an umbrella company, to buy it for billions of dollars, like Kraft or I don't know, whatever, like a huge company. She really has no passion in it. And this origin story, and I was just in like my home making jams and loving people and sharing with them, and that was really from the heart that I was doing. That's not true. I don't know why she has to bring this sensitive side to things that she doesn't actually have, especially when she's been acting like the most insensitive person for 5 years. Yeah. So anyway, that's my analysis of that. I'm sorry it was so long. This must be the last interview that she's given. I can't understand why anybody would ever want to say anything more about her. But I have to go. I love you so much. My battery's dying. And you know that. Well, at least you know I love you. You don't know about the battery part. I love you. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe, press the bell notifications, and like this video if you did like it. Love you. Bye.
Bye.